And hello, good timers! Welcome to another keto cooking vlog with Andy. Once again, Lisa and Drew from L&D Adventures did a cooking vlog and challenged me to recreate their food. So last time, Drew did a coconut crusted chicken finger. And so that's what I'm doing now, but I'm going to put my own little creative twist on it. Drew made it a little bit easier on me because his recipe was actually almost keto. I don't think he really realized that, but yeah, so I'm going to recreate his great meal that he did. And let's get started by showing you exactly what's going to be in this. It's just a few simple ingredients. All right, so we have got some farm fresh eggs, some chicken tenders that are already cut because I'm feeling lazy today, a little bit of coconut flour, coconut flakes, and then just a few seasonings. We got garlic powder, pink salt, and some fancy smoked paprika, and some pepper. So first of all, we're going to shred up this coconut flakes a little bit more, because this is kind of a larger shred, and I'd like mine to be a little bit finer, because it'll help adhere to the chicken breast. So we're going to go ahead and do that first, and then we'll get going on this stuff. All right, guys, so we're going to start off by shredding up basically about 1 cup of coconut. We're going to use unsweetened coconut because it is basically keto. You can get sweetened coconut as well, but there's obviously added sugar to those, and on keto, sugar is something we don't do. So for those of you who just need a refresh, keto is low carb, moderate protein, and high fat, but it is also gluten-free and sugar-free, so that's why we're using unsweetened coconut here. Once again, these are really big flakes, as you can see there, so we're going to chop these up a little bit better so it's more of a finer blend. See if I can actually get this on correctly. This is usually the biggest part of the battle, is trying to figure out how to put these together. All right, here we go. Maybe. All right, we've got a fancy ninja that I don't really understand, but hit the pulse button. And we're looking better, but not quite good. All right, well that should just about do it. That looks pretty good. Show you this here, guys. So yeah, a little bit finer of a grind there, so that'll help it adhere to the chicken fingers. And we're going to get started on assembling this in just a second for you. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is set up a breading station. We're going to use 3 eggs for that. Now, normally Simone is home with me to break these eggs for me because I tend to get a lot of shells when I crack eggs. But unfortunately, she's at work right now. She'll be home to try this out later. But we're going to do this all on our own here, and I got faith in myself. Just in case, though, I'm going to break it into this bowl first. Oh, yeah. First one looks pretty good. Okay, that one, not so much. That one exploded a little bit, but yeah. Yep, I think that one looks all right, too. See if we can go 3 for 3. And, well, there we go, guys. I think that is all shell-free. So we're going to go wash up our hands, and then we'll continue. All right, guys, so I got my eggs in a bigger bowl now. We're just going to give those a little bit of a scramble here. And we're going to use that to dip our chicken in to start with. And then from the eggs, we're going to go into the flour mixture, which we'll season up here in just a second. Then we're going to go back into the eggs, and then we're finally going to go into the coconut flakes. So it is a bit of a process here, guys. So if you don't like to really, get your hands dirty in cooking, then this might not be the recipe for you. But it is worth the time and effort. It does taste real good here at the end. So, all right, that's pretty well scrambled up there. And you can either add your salt and pepper to the eggs, or to the flour, or to the coconut. I'm actually going to add it to both, just as I want to make sure it's well seasoned here. Alright, so once again we got coconut flour here, about 1 cup. And then we're going to sprinkle a little bit of the smoked paprika. It's going to give a nice little smoky flavor, which will go great with the barbecue sauce that we're probably going to dip these in. And I'm going to do a little more salt. And some garlic, because who doesn't like garlic, right? So these are going to be a little bit sweet and a little bit savory, obviously, guys, because we do have coconut in there, which is naturally sweet. If you want a sweeter coconut chicken and want to keep it keto, you could always season it up with a little bit of monk fruit sweetener or stevia. But if you're not doing keto, then feel free to just throw some sugar in there, I guess, or use sweetened coconut to start with. Now, Drew also puts breadcrumbs in his. We're not going to do that today because, once again, we're trying to keep this gluten-free and keto for everybody. Just going to give this a quick little mix here. Don't know if you guys notice here, but I am in my pajamas today. Figured, you know, it's the holiday season, getting close to Christmas. I'm home alone. Might as well wear pajamas, right? At least I got pants on. Could be worse. Couldn't have anything on. I don't really like to cook naked, though, because, you know, the oven is hot. Don't want to burn anything. All right, I'm going to dump our coconut right in here as well. Try to get all that out of here. And we're going to start breading. Okay, so I think we're ready here, guys. We're just going to go ahead and spray this pan first. If you notice, I have a wire rack there on top of the pans. That's so when we bake these, we're going to bake these, by the way, not fry them, simply because frying makes too much of a mess. So I'm going to bake them in. And the reason why I use this wire rack is because the air can get underneath it, so it's going to help that chicken to become crispy. So there's that. We'll take the wedding ring off here because we're going to be handling this raw chicken. We don't want to contaminate my wedding vows. All right, so first of all, the chicken's going to go into the flour here. Then we're going to go into the egg. And by the way, I'm going to switch hands when I do this. So that way I have one hand for the wet and one hand for the dry. Little insider tip there. Probably should mix that seasoning around a little bit better. That one's got an awful lot of pepper on it. But anyway. All right, then back into the flour. So we got a little double breading action going on. And then, yes, we're going to go back into the egg. And then finally, we're going to go into the chicken. So this is quite a process, guys. You'll notice, that's right, dry hand. Quite a process to remember which is the dry hand and which is the wet hand too. But all right, we're going to get a good coating of coconut on that. And flour, hopefully. And then right onto the pan. So, we only have about 50 more of these to go, guys. And then I'll be back and show you what it looks like once it's on the pan. All right. Okay, so full disclosure here, guys. Those were some big-ass boobs that we had there for the tenders. So I actually only did about a package and a half. And that is all the coconut that I had shredded up on just the package and a half. So, yeah, we're going to stick these in the oven at about 400 degrees for about 25 minutes or so. And they should be good to go after that. So we'll show you guys the finished product here in a little bit. All right, so if you guys have seen Drew's vlogs here, his cooking vlogs anyway, then you'll always notice that he serves his food with a little side dish. Normally it's some green broccoli for Lisa, because she seems to love the broccoli. So I'm going to do a little green vegetable myself tonight. It's not going to be broccoli, but it's going to be spinach. And we're going to do it cream spinach style, which means we're going to add all kinds of cheesy goodness to it. So I will show you guys that recipe here while we're cooking the chicken. But first of all, we're going to show you the ingredients. Obviously, we're going to start off with the spinach itself. But to that, we're going to add some cream cheese, some freshly shredded Asiago cheese for some sharpness there, some garlic, pepper, some onion powder, because I don't have any fresh onions, or else I'd add those, some parsley, and then the secret ingredient is going to be a little pumpkin pie spice. For those of you who see a lot of cooking shows, quite often they add nutmeg to cream sauces, so that's pretty much what I'm doing here. That pumpkin pie spice does have some nutmeg in it, also some cinnamon and cloves. It's going to add a unique flavor to the cream spinach, so let's go ahead and get that started for you. Alright guys, so first things first, we're just going to, well actually turn on the burner to start with here would be good. We're going to turn on the burner, and then we're going to add a little bit, probably about 2 tablespoons of olive oil here. We're just going to use that to saute up this spinach. Then once we got the spinach cooking, we're going to go ahead and start adding all of our cheeses and spices to it. So, let that heat up for just a second. This frozen spinach is always real convenient too, although you can use fresh, but frozen's already kind of chopped up in little pieces, so you don't have to worry about that aspect of it. And I'm going to add the whole bag because I love cream of spinach, and I'm going to eat it for leftovers probably the rest of the week. And once it shrinks down, there's actually not going to be that much there anyway, so 1 whole bag to that, and we'll let that get cooking. All right, guys, I have gone ahead and added all of our ingredients to this now. Sauteed the spinach up a little bit, and then we added half a block of cream cheese, probably 1/4 of a cup of that shredded Asiago that I shredded up fresh. And then also we did the garlic powder, the onion powder, some parsley because we didn't have enough green already, I guess. And then we did the salt and the pepper, and also that pumpkin pie spice that's going to add that little bit of something extra in there for flavor. So, as you can see, I didn't really add any liquid. It's just the spinach and the juices from that, because it's frozen spinach. It has a little bit of water in it already. If you do use fresh spinach, it might not have as much water, and you can always add a little bit of heavy cream to this to get it a little bit better consistency. But that consistency looks pretty great to me. I don't think we need any more cheese or anything else. I'll give it a taste just to make sure, but looks like it's going to be an excellent side dish. All right, so the timer just went off on our chicken here, guys. It's been baking for about 20 minutes, actually, at 375. And this is what it looks like right now. To brown it up even more, because it's not quite as brown as I would like it, we're going to throw it under the broiler here on a low setting for probably about the next 5 minutes, and that ought to make it a nice gold. Okay, so Pickles is finally home and changed out of her work attire. She's going to give this chicken a try. Once again, this is the keto version of Drew's coconut crusted chicken.
I like it. It's good.
Crunch factor?
Mm-hmm.
Crunchy? Mm-hmm. All right.
Crunchy. Coconutty.
Coconutty, there you go. And we got some nice sugar-free barbecue sauce here that I bought, guys, to go with it, to dip it in. All right. And how about the cream of spinach? Can't forget the cream of spinach.
Oh, well, that's always good. You made cream of spinach before.
Not for the vlog.
Mm-hmm. Yep, very good.
Good as always.
Yep, cheesy.
All right.
Spinachy.
So there we go, guys. We got an approval by Pickles. Mm-hmm. All right. Another great keto cooking vlog. Thanks once again for the challenge, Drew and Lisa. I got a feeling we're going to be doing a few more of these. Wasn't my intention to do more than one, but I'm kind of liking it now. So, challenge away, Drew and Lisa. I'm up for it. Thanks for joining us, guys. And as always, have a good time. See ya.
Bye.